When you see a human that doesn't have any facial expression and they're expressing aggression towards you, and you're looking at a psychopath, and that is terrifying for people.
So you're kind of a specialist, you would say, when it comes to fear.
Yes, I work a lot with people with fears and phobias. Fear is something that we construct in this reality and put so much energy into that's counterproductive to our lives.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you a few rankings.
Okay.
And these rankings are all around fear, and they were ranked by the public. And we're going to see if you think the public nailed these lists or if they need a bit of a re-rank. Now, these are the top 5 most terrifying villains in film history.
Oh, okay. Having a guy come up to you with a mask on where you can't see their face and they're being a little aggressive, I could see where that would cause quite a bit of anxiety. I don't know. I don't know if the train ever stopped that fast, would you really go back that far? I don't know, there's a part of me that wants to laugh a little bit as I'm watching that. Now, laughter actually is a fear response that people have. When somebody is upset and they're afraid of something going to happen, they will start laughing.
All right, let's go to number 4 most terrifying villain.
Now, clowns. There are a lot of people that have some phobias with clowns. They kind of look like dolls, they have this fake smile, and that's going to make you feel some anxiety because if they're smiling but you don't have little wrinkles around your eyes, you know it's fake, and that's ominous.
Pennywise, the dancing clown.
And he speaks. The other guy wasn't speaking. This one's speaking, and he's speaking in a monotone, and it's kind of a raspy voice. How you identify a person is through their eyebrows. If you shave off your eyebrows and you show this part up, people have a very hard time identifying who you are. It's a little scarier. It looks a little more psychopathic.
Okay, here is the 3rd most terrifying villain.
Okay, he's got that maniacal laugh. His arms are really out of... This guy looks scary. He looks like he could reach out and grab you. And it looks like he's enjoying creating the fear. So this would be more frightening.
This is God.
There's a distortion of his actual physical body. He's got that raspy voice, which is very maniacal. The idea that somebody can penetrate into your unconscious mind and then dictate to you how you're going to experience reality, that's very frightening.
This is the 2nd most terrifying villain.
What's really scary about that, it looks like he hit her. He cut her sleeve. So this guy has actually penetrated through to her personal space. That's very frightening. When you see a human that doesn't have any facial expression and they're expressing aggression towards you, you're looking at somebody that has ice running through their veins, and you're looking at a psychopath, and that is terrifying for people.
So this is now what is voted on as the most terrifying villain in film history. What do you think of
Well,
this?
he's got a weapon with him, and it's a chainsaw. And chainsaws can be quite anxiety-causing for most people that don't work with a chainsaw. Oh, there we go. He's getting hit by a truck. There's a good truck when you need one. This one kind of feels like it was gratuitous violence that was kind of mindless. And why? I think the number 2 should be in the number 1 spot. I would put this in the number 2 spot.
So that was Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What some people find scary about him is that his face is actually made from other people's skin.
All right. That puts a spin on it.
Looking at it right now, is there anyone that you're like 100% this guy is number 1?
Michael Myers. He was very cold. He was focused. He was intent.
So why don't we go to 5? Let's put who you think is the least scary on this list.
Jason Voorhees. Let's just get him out of the way. You didn't see his face. It was a ridiculous setup.
Some people might say that Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees are kind of similar when it comes to like villains, and you've placed them on opposite ends of the spectrum. Why do you think that is?
If you're into hockey, you see hockey masks a lot, and you don't have anything else associated with a hockey mask but a hockey puck. But with Michael Myers, that mask, you have no other association with it but somebody that's coming at you to hurt you. I would put Freddy Krueger at number 2. Freddy, again, you can close your eyes, but you can't get away from him. I would put Leatherface at 3. He looked like he was out of breath. I'm not sure he could really catch you.
Yeah.
I mean, he can ding your door for sure, but I don't think he could catch you. And they weren't smart enough to get out of the way of a truck. I would keep Pennywise at 4. Honestly, a clown stuck in a drain, I'm not sure how scary that is.
Just so you know,
Where's it gonna go?
He's not stuck in a drain. He's not always stuck in a drain.
I'm personally not scared of clowns, so I don't find it a very frightening motif.
Is this list locked?
Yes.
What we're gonna do now is we're gonna switch things up. I'm gonna show you a list of what the public has ranked as the most disturbing phobias of all time.
The fear of being buried alive is number 1. The fear of tight spaces, number 2. The fear of dolls, number 3. The fear of clowns, number 4. The fear of the dark is number 5.
How does that list look to you?
Number 1 and number 2, absolutely. I think those are right. See, in a tight space, you have the option of surviving. So you've got that going for you.
Yeah.
Being buried alive, you don't have that option so much. I think you're looking at impending death from suffocation along with a tight space. I just think that's just number 1.
What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive! I'm alive! You're waking the neighbors!
I would put fear of the dark as number 3. You don't know what's coming around the corner. You might be out in the woods by yourself in the dark and then you hear a low growl. That beats a clown any day. I would put clowns at number 4 and dolls at 5. You probably know more people with fear of clowns than fear of dolls. The people that have the fear of dolls may have a bad association with it for some reason. There's something in their past.
I want you to do one more thing for us. I want you to put together a new list that we're gonna share on ranker.com of the top 5 things that you, as an expert on fear, think everybody should be scared of.
There are 2 natural fears that we're already born with. The number 1 fear is the fear of falling from a height. That would be the number 1 fear. Fear of heights I would put number 1. And the number 2 might actually be surprising. It's the fear of snakes. And that developed when we were living in the Neolithic period, we were living in the jungles. When a snake appeared, we had a natural response to fear because snakes were an enemy in the environment for us that we were living.
And what's coming next for you?
I think it would be the fear of drinking stagnant water. People like to drink bubbling water. They like to drink water that's flowing. They like to drink water that's cold or water that's hot. Our primitive brain, again, to look at that and go, you don't want to drink a stagnant pool of water, it'll make you sick. I would say fear of rejection, I would put down as number 4. Nobody really wants to be rejected. It goes right to their sense of self-esteem. It goes right to their core. I would put one that I think people were expecting to hear that is probably very popular out there, and that would be the fear of death. Because people don't know what's coming afterwards. People don't know what the next step is. Some people have a fear of annihilation, of going into nothingness. Other people have fears of punishment afterwards. And it's the unknown.
People die every day. Give a proper burial. Unmarked grave.
Thanks for watching this episode of ReRank. If you'd like more information about fears or you'd like to contact me directly, go onto my website at latherapist.com. Bye, guys.